afternoon and welcome to the next live update on the Indian elections coverage from Gulf News. Today and right now we are going to be looking at Kerala, which is proving to be an extremely interesting state in what we are seeing as a saffron wave across India. Starting off with me are Donna, Sham and Alex, and they're going to give their perspective on why this has happened and what this looks like for the future of the state. So starting with you, Donna, your millennial perspective on the elections, because especially keeping in mind that this elections has seen a large turnout of a younger voting percentage. So like I said earlier, maybe this is the mandate of the youth of India.
Yeah, from a very personal point of view, I'm really happy with the way things have turned out, and I'm happy if this actually signifies what youth in Kerala want. At the same time, it is also saddening to see that we are in fact one of the very few states that have actually, this is a very personal opinion, but that have actually, not responded to the hate that was tried by the BJP as a strategy in Kerala. But that is not to say that communalism does not exist in Kerala. It's just the way that the BJP, I think their weakness in Kerala was that they do not understand the population. They do not understand a very unique set of people that are Malayalis.
And probably the earliest settlers
Yes,
of the land.
Yeah, so I feel like
that we call India right now.
Yeah, and that is one of the reasons why the BJP has, as we discussed earlier, never been able to open its account even in Kerala. While, yes, there are party workers, there are young members of the party, BJP has some presence, they've never been able to make a mark. And so much so that even their only MLA, the BJP MLA, who is a great minister, actually said that no, BJP will not rule in Kerala for quite some time. So it is very, it's like a bittersweet thing that we are happy that they are not, like that I am happy that they are not in thing. But like I actually read a comment online about the communalism aspect. So this person is saying that Kerala also understands and responds to communalism, like it is ingrained in our culture to look at people differently. But at the same time,
you mean to say in terms of Kerala as a state?
Kerala, not just Kerala, India in general has strains of communalism ingrained in us due to various reasons, partition and all the government and politics play that goes on. But in Kerala, what BJP didn't understand was that Malayalis do not like flaunting their communalism. Or they would never say, come out right and say that, I'm against this particular group of people or anything like that. So I think that's where BJP failed, because they forgot they don't even know the diaspora that they are dealing with, and that is the reason why I think Kerala stopped the saffron wave.
Yeah. Which brings me to Sham. Does that mean, is it also because of the history of Lal Salam in Kerala?
Yeah, partly yes. I mean, in a lighter vein, I would say that it's because we love our beef and parota.
Okay.
so we wouldn't want BJP there. I mean, on a serious vein, yes, because Kerala is a country which is a state where the Marxists, basically communists, had a long history. They had a long history of struggle, and the agrarian reforms, all that thing came in. So they know their past very well, and that past is gone on to the next generation very well. They understand that. Then why don't we turn communal? Yes, the communal, like Donna said, yes, communalism is very part of our fabric. But then communalism stops at our homes. When we step out of our home, we're not communal. Our neighbor is a Hindu or a Muslim, it doesn't really matter. So we embrace all these things, and we live among each other. So that harmony is very much there. So it doesn't reflect in the electorate, or the electorate doesn't show it in the way they vote. And this election is a clear example. And up till now, they have not won a parliamentary seat. Yes, they have won one seat in the assembly. That's the name of assembly. That is that's in Trivandrum actually. Trivandrum has a decent BJP base because of the RSS there. Also, that was won by O. Rajagopal. He is a very respected man, respected politician. Partly, I guess, partly because of his charisma and people respect him. That's perhaps he won. not just because of the BJP. But having said that, yes, Trivandrum has a decent BJP base, which is why they expected Kumaran Rajashekharan to upset Tharoor. Of course, that didn't happen. But Trivandrum has it. They expected it to happen. But even that is slightly worrying for the rest of them. For BJP, yes, it was a setback for them.
Which reminds me, coming to the numbers in Kerala, of the 20 seats, 19 has been taken by the United Democratic Front, which is Congress-led, and one by the LDF, which is the Alapura seat, and that is the CPM, right?
Yeah.
Which is basically
Yeah.
the Marxist. Coming back, or rather coming to you, Alex, is that from what I hear is, do you think the saffron wave stopped because the Malayali identity as a united kind of format is very strong and can't be that easily divided based on faith division?
Yeah. I think what I like about the Malayali is that the Malayali is open to all kinds of thought. You can tell him or her a whole lot of things, but finally he will do only what he thinks is right.
Okay.
Right? So when the BJP came in, they thought that just like it's doing in many other parts, the temple issue would play a big role, right? So the Shabrimala, that's right, yeah. So the Malayali sat and listened to everything that the BJP had to say, and then finally they decided, no, we've got to give you an answer to this, and they answered at the ballot, at the hustings. So, which is what they have already done. So, even if you see at the assembly, during the assembly elections, it's usually they vote one government in, they wait to see what happens, and then after 5 years they vote that government out and they bring the other party in. And this time, I think they were all united, so strong in saying that we don't want you anywhere in Kerala, and that's the answer that they have given at the ballot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of Kerala's response to the various decisions that they feel that the centre has kind of tried to push down their throat over the past 5 years. Would you say that?
Well, I would say that, yes. And also the fact that, the Kerala saying that, we know what is good for the state. You can't come here and tell us that, we are going to rule the state with these things in mind. They're saying, no, that's not. We know what's good for the state and we will do things our way.
But what does this mean looking at the overall majority and this whole traditional kind of issue that you've seen, North versus South, that has happened in India? What do you think this means, and especially this win means in the current environment and the numbers that we're seeing?
It means that Kerala has said very emphatically that we are not going to be divided, we are not going to be polarized, we are not going to be set apart based on what you say, based on the lines that you are you are saying, and we are going to be different from all the others. We are just going to stop where we are here, and we are going to do what we feel is right.
Coming back to both of you and also to you, Alex, it's a question. Does this mean, because especially if the BJP-led government comes into power in the centre, that is going to affect how they treat Kerala?
I think personally that the South, not just Kerala, there is a discord in how they understand. And with BJP, it's more than any other party. I don't think there will be a very outright difference in how they treat us, or a disrespect or anything of that sort, a negative influence, because they still need to open that account. They still want it. And it is growing. So I remember over the last couple of years, there were moments when people actually thought, are they going to come into power? Because they had so many youth workers joining them. They had some parties, trying to make alliances with them. But the last couple of years have also been, in another way, positive for us, in the sense that the floods affected Kerala in such a bad way. And I feel like that united the people in the midst of all the other things that happened, like Shabrimala and all of that. The floods happened right after the huge, So I feel like in terms of them treating us different.
And sorry to interrupt you, do you think the fact that we didn't get sufficient funding for
Yes.
the floods actually affected?
Yeah, I was coming to that. because if you look at the amount which was given to Kerala for reconstruction, it's very paltry compared to what is given to the rest of India. So there is a definite what you call a stepmotherly treatment from the center, and the Keralites know it, and the Chief Minister also has made. He made everybody know that okay, they are treating us badly. Of course, and the Keralites don't forget that actually.
Yeah. And Anupa, it's not just the floods, but also traditionally the party that is ruling the country and the party that is in power in Kerala have for a very long time. I think they have not been the same sync. Parties, in sync. So therefore, definitely Kerala loses out, and in this time too, Kerala will lose out in many ways.
Okay.
I mean, you look at several central projects which are given to several states. Kerala is always at the receiving end. They don't get, whether it is railways or any central government enterprise. Kerala is always at the losing end.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to stress on the CPM thing because it is a total washout for them because the last time it happened was in 1977 when they lost all 20 seats. But that time we are coming at the end of the emergency thing. Unlike the rest of India, Kerala had the best of emergency because we didn't suffer the consequences of emergency as much as the North did. So people were in favor of the Congress at the time. So all 20 seats they won. But this is different times altogether. I mean, if you look at it, the CPM handled the floods quite well actually. But okay, the reconstruction part leaves a lot to be desired. But the floods they handled very well. Pathanamthitta controversy, I wouldn't still call it popular anger. I would say a section of the anger was directed. He handled it well. See, at the end, he was saying that we are just implementing the Supreme Court decision. It's not our decision; it's the court decision. See, hats off to him for standing up. But if you ask me, well, did that cost them? I don't think so. Because if the temporal controversy would have cost them, then BJP should have gained. But BJP didn't gain, and that was perhaps one of the single point agendas where Modi and Amit Shah, when they came to Kerala, they harped on it repeatedly. But Keralites didn't fall for that, so that didn't really work out for them. So
we don't know why CPM has.
Yes, I think I would say it is perhaps a mandate on the rule in the sense like the way they governed actually. Because most of the times we hear, especially the Pinarayi Vijayans, the chief ministers, pretty aggressive posturing really. He is cantankerous when it handles to press or anything. He ousted our media from press conferences, and he gives you very curt answers, that kind of things. Well, politics, it doesn't. No. I mean, he could do it some 20 years back. Those kind of attitudes may work. I know people like Nayanar used to behave like that, but no.
In a changing world and a changing time, and the youth want a different.
Yes, and the CPM is caught in a time war.
Okay. Can I ask you one question, Shah? Do you think Rahul Gandhi standing from Wayanad has made a big difference?
Yes, it actually galvanized the Congress ranks really. I mean, if it was not for Rahul Gandhi, maybe they would have won 15 to 16 seats. But this is 19. It is almost a clean sweep, because Gandhi family has some kind of work magic with in the minds of Kerala. We love this Gandhi family, so anybody with the Gandhi name comes there. I mean, Kerala tend to fall for it. You can say that we are the most literate people. We understand politics. We can see through BJP's designs. But when it comes to Gandhis, I think Keralites have a soft corner, which is why it looks like Rahul Gandhi is set for a huge, perhaps a record win actually.
More than 300,000 is what I saw. He's leading by more than 300,000 votes.
Maybe it's also an indicator where they felt that they were being given the due respect that for the longest time the centre has not given.
Yeah, also I would say that again we come to the north-south divide again. You look at all the prime ministers from India. Most of them are from the north. The last southern prime minister I can remember is maybe Narasimha Rao and H.D. Devegowda, who had a very brief stint. But here, if Rahul Gandhi comes and they hoping that if Congress wins, they might have thought that okay, here's a chance for us to have a prime minister.
Lost another chance.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for that and for that insightful update. Thank you again very much for joining us. But we will be bringing you more such discussions and panel analysis in a short while. So do log on to gulfnews.com for your news, views, and analysis. And you can also get all our updates on our social media channels, which is Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thank you.